Right on time, Miss Jackson. Royalty, melody, yes. Bombshell. Oh, you like this music too? If you haven't already, definitely go visit straight from the ATLien. Get the sound better. Can y'all hear me? What's up, Joy? Thank you, Cheryl. Squad is in there. What's up, Jackson? So, look, I'm still being out. But for those who don't know, I am ATLien, straight from A.com. I was just chilling in the office, about to do some more posts, but I thought I'd like talk about the post that I've already put up today. You know, the Porsha pregnancy announcement, Keri Hilson single shaming, Ernie and Bert is in the queue. So those are the things we're gonna be talking about today. That's the interview on B103, the girl that slept with Quad. What? Turn your computer down. Oh, that's gonna hunt me forever. Turn your computer. Y'all remember that from the other night? The lady, she was arguing with herself because her computer was on when she called in. For those of you who would like to support your channel or business, I have to say this before Phil's shoot me enough text. For those of you who would like to support your channel or business in the chat, please do not hesitate to chat. It doesn't matter if it's 99 cents. It doesn't matter. It will highlight in the chat and it will give you all the promotions you need. If you promote without that, I guess my webmaster Zeal, who is Dilps, will slash you out of the chat. Because what I don't do is go over to other people's channels and promote my channel. I don't be over there like, look, y'all, come over to straight from the A.com. Look, y'all, come over to Michelle's channel. Look, I don't do that. We can all get along. We can all sit here and chit chat. Y'all see each other. If you want to click on each other's channel, go on the little side and click on each other's channel. But don't be in here trying to corral the squad to come over to your channel when we over here chilling. That's all I'm saying. Okay. What's up, Justin? What's up, Alfreda C. Patterson? The green screen is for evening wear, okay? We are in the daytime. We are in the office working. Do not. Everybody said that. Everybody was like, look now. Where's the green screen? We need some Atlanta flying around behind y'all. Like, I don't have time to do that right now. I just want to come through and say, what up, folk? What up? I'm not in the trap today. We are in the office. And what I would like to talk about, we'll talk about Dr. G later when we talk about Wanda Smith and her husband. That's a whole nother campaign. But what we talk about today is Porsha Williams announcing this pregnancy. Now, I know y'all saw the picture of Porsha with her purple dress on. You know, she's holding her belly and she has on a huge rock. I don't think she went and eloped or anything, but apparently, you know, they may be planning on, you know, making it official now that she has a bun in the oven. She talked about that exclusively with People magazine, but it is also posted on straightfromtheA.com. So Zills, if you wouldn't mind posting the link in the chat. Porsha talked about her previous miscarriage that kind of played out on the show. If you've been a fan of Real Housewives of Atlanta, you would know that when she and Cordell was together, she was trying to have a child. She had been diagnosed with having fibroids. And for those of you out there who are African American, I'm sure you know about that. It will strike any woman, but it's really prevalent in the African American community. So Porsha had fibroids and she wasn't able to conceive at that time. Well, actually she did conceive, but she miscarried that child. So she basically said in her article that, you know, when she found out she said, when I found out I was pregnant, I was excited, but I had mixed feelings. The other feeling that I had besides excitement was fear. Williams' first pregnancy resulted in miscarriage back in 2012. The 37-year-old star now is ready to begin a new family with her new boo, Dennis McKinley, who she's been dating. Y'all have seen the pictures of them. They had shots of them coming out the jewelry store a few months ago, which sparked rumors of them, you know, possibly being engaged. You know, nobody was buying it because Porsha is perpetually single, right? Porsha is always in the club, right? What's she gonna do with the baby now? What's she gonna do? Everybody grows up, people change. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying. The reality star who has been involved with Dennis McKinley said she tried to conceive in the years following her miscarriage, but she was unsuccessful. Now, you know, with the new life changes, her previous pregnancy experiences have left her with some concerns. She admits, she was like, I've had a miscarriage before in my past, which I've been open about because I suffer from fibroids and had to have a myomectomy. A myomectomy is when they cut open your stomach, take out your uterus, and remove the tumors from your uterus, sew your uterus back up, put it back in your area and sew it back up. I know because I experienced it as well, but this ain't about me, okay? Just for the she said, so for the fear of, is the baby going to be okay? Will I make it full term? Are those questions that you ask? If those are all questions that you ask if you've had a miscarriage before. So congratulations to Porsha. Not only is she bearing a baby bump, as we said before, she also has a huge rock on her finger. The exclusive interview comes out on People magazine on Friday, which I'm sure will have even more details. I feel like the pregnancy is just the icing on the cake. Maybe she'll announce that, you know, she's engaged. Maybe she's married, but maybe she, you know, eloped. I mean, I'm sure she didn't pull a Kenya because she still has a job, but there's the picture. If you see it and you see the rock on her finger and her belly, we zoom in on that. You see that? See the rock? Yes, that is a rock. So congratulations to Porsha. No shade to Kenya, but I see why the housewives was like, oh, we good, Kenya, we good. We don't, you know, I see, because, you know, it's so many babies abound. Like Eva just had a baby. And you know what's crazy? Oh, you know what's crazy now that I think back on it? When I was talking about Kenya had lost her peach, I know y'all thought I was hating or whatever, but I recall my source telling me that we have so many babies and, you know, situations going on this season. And I remembered her telling me that. And I was like, oops, her. I was like, girl, what? So when she said the baby thing, I thought she was talking about Eva. But clearly, okay. I should have dug deeper, Chad, but you know, I've been having my own issues, though. But needless to say, congratulations to Porsha. I don't know if you've been following NeNe Leakes on online. She, you know, Greg had another surgery. They're saying that, you know, it's his final surgery, and hopefully after this surgery he will be cancer free. Her friends and family were all there as Greg experienced that. Like Marlo was there, Cynthia was there, and she even went on Instagram to thank Marlo and Cynthia for, you know, joining her, you know, in the hotel room. I mean, you know, it's a trying time for her, even though, you know, people have been accusing her, like, not everything deserves to be on social media. If she wants to be on social media, and that's the agreement she made with her husband, that's between her and her husband. Y'all, why are y'all judging people on social media? First, y'all tell people they don't share enough. Then y'all tell people they share too much. It's just always one thing. You can't just be happy. Anyway, instead of sending prayers to Greg, people sending negative energy, y'all need to go kick rock somewhere. But the people who send positive energy, prayers up to Greg and prayers to NeNe and her friends and family in this trying time. NeNe posted a picture with saluting Marlo and Cynthia, and she said, "We can't pick our family, but friends are special people. Cynthia and Marlo, you showed the definition of real friend yesterday. From Marlo decorating Greg's hospital room to Cynthia helping Greg sip water from a cup. You both provided love, laughs, and comfort, all while driving me crazy to having Greg put us out. No matter what, I want to say thank you. It feels good to have friends like you around in this time of need. It meant a lot, and I will never forget it." And so she hashtagged it the talls. So I don't know if it's gonna be a smalls and a talls this season, because there are some shorties this season. I don't know if you saw the picture. It's not the official picture, but it's on Straight from the A as well. There's a picture of, you know, Tanya, Sam, Shamari, which are the two new ladies. You know, Shamari is said to be holding a peach. We don't know about Tanya yet. Marlo is definitely a friend. Because y'all remember when damn, I'm gonna call Shamari not Shamari, Shamia. You know, I get Shamari, Shamia, Shamiza, Shamo. But anyway, y'all remember when Shamia took pictures as well, and she was just a friend. Remember when Sheree took pictures as well, and she was just a friend back, you know, 2 seasons ago, and then she got her peach back, and then she lost it, but that's a whole nother story. But, you know, so we got Eva, she's short, she's a shorty. Shamari's a shorty. Candy's a shorty. I'm not sure how tall Tanya is. We know Marlo's tall. We know NeNe's tall. We know Cynthia's tall. So yeah, it's, you know, it may be some talls and smalls going on this season. We'll see. So again, prayers up to Greg. I have all the faith in the world that God's got it and that Greg will recover fully. He is such a kind and gentle gentleman. I have had nothing but positive experience with Greg for years. Even when NeNe and I were beefing, Greg and I was cool. So I appreciate, you know, NeNe, Greg, Cynthia, Marla, all of them. I appreciate each and every one of them, honey, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. But anyhow, the last but not least, well, this is one of the topics I wanted to cover, was Keri Hilson, child. Keri Hilson on the Instagrams. She attended one of her friends' weddings. This is also on straightfromtheA.com if y'all care to go over there and take a gander at the pictures and everything. But she attended one of her friends' weddings over the past weekend. And I guess it got her reflecting on her life. And I don't even know if it got her reflecting on her life. Let me take that back. I feel like the commenters started harassing Keri after they saw her, you know, having a good time at the wedding. So, you know, Keri hit her Instagram and said, sure, I'd like to be married someday, but not enough to do it with the wrong person. So if you ever see Keri walk down that aisle, even if I'm old and gray, you can rest assured I didn't settle. So that got me to thinking. That made me do this open post online. And I was like, you know, like, at the end of the day, isn't it a shame how society treats single women? Unmarried men are considered bachelors, while women get the unfair label of being lonely spinsters. You know, you're too picky. Your expectations are too high. And the first thing people say about single ladies is you need to lower your standards, right? You know what I'm saying? Your expectations are too high. So what does that mean? Does that mean go higher? That means lower your standards just so you can be married? Like, why? And why are people constantly if you single, you over 30, whatever the case may be, you single, you don't have no kids or whatever, it's people always in your comments, where your baby's at? Shut up. I can throw shade at Keri right now, but I'm not. This ain't about her. Well, sort of, kind of. But remember when Keri did it to Beyonce? can you remember, like, you know, I guess we are all guilty of doing it to each other, but at the same time, it's not right. You know what I mean? It's just not right. So anyway, social media has made it that much worse, because there's so many people watching, you know, your life from the sidelines, thinking that they can diagnose your problems. And, you know, anyway, but I digress. So if you like to read that, that is on Straight from the A. Keri basically clapped back at one of her subscribers who asked the question, do you think your expectations are too high? To which Keri responded, to have a man compliment my life who is equally yoked in the things that matter, like loyalty, virtue, depth, compassion, and love and respect for God, someone who understands healthy relational boundaries and pushes me to be my best self while supporting each other's dreams, someone who has evolved from his lower self and constantly evolving, someone who has learned his lessons and strives to be a great human being, someone who holds my heart carefully and treats me well, who is wise enough to lead me. Nah, I don't think God puts anything in our hearts that we are not capable of having. I'm not shading Keri. I'm not shading Keri because I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, we can have long lists. We can have, like, look, I'm just saying, did she have to share her list with the world? Did she have to write all? Could she have just put that on a sheet of paper and put it in her Bible like everybody? Couldn't she have just written that down and put it in her Bible? You ain't got to tell everybody. You ain't got to tell the world just because they are like. But anyway. But that was, you know, my assessment of that situation. So last but not least, let's talk about another single couple. Let's talk about some more single people. As you know, if you're not single, I mean, if you're not married, you're single. But if you've been single too long, apparently that means you're gay. So these two people have been single for about... These two people have been single for about 50 years. You know, they had their own, they was one of the first reality shows ever. Y'all may remember them. Their names are Ernie and Bert. They're famous for being on this show called Sesame Street. Ernie and Bert have been single forever. They are perpetually single, okay? So why don't be single shaming Ernie and Bert, okay? Don't be single shaming Ernie and Bert. They've been roommates. They've been chilling. So apparently, you know, it's we've said for years that Ernie and Bert was gay, but that's not fair either. Just because they single don't mean they gay. They just might like being single and living the single life. But apparently one of the writers for Sesame Street, Mark Saltzman, says that he wrote Ernie and Bert as a gay couple based on his own same-sex relationship. But, you know, it's interesting. Like, Sesame Street came out and issued a statement saying, you know, no, Ernie and Bert were never gay. They're actually just puppets. You know, they don't have sexuality. Which, you know, begs the question, should we be telling our kids if the puppets are gay or straight? Does it matter if the puppets are gay or straight? Like, at the end of the day, these are like 4-year-olds watching this. So who really cares what their sexuality is at that point? But, you know, apparently today also, Sesame Street, they got like a lot of flack for saying, no, these couples, this notorious couple isn't gay. They got a lot of flack for that. Like, the LGBT community was like, boycott Sesame Street. They were getting spammed online. Like, everybody was mad just because they were saying that they're not gay. So then they had to release another statement basically saying, you know, we support all groups and sexual preferences. We do, but, you know, they're just puppets. Like, I'm like, why y'all got to explain it yourself? Let the people be mad. Who cares? So now I guess Sesame Street and got into back to the writer and said, you know, look, like, I'm just gonna let you know, like, you know, they did, I don't know what they did to the man, but he done took it back. So he told the New York Times, as a writer, You just bring what you know into your work. And this was what he said initially. Sometimes, somehow in the uproar that turned into Bert and Ernie being gay, there's a difference. He also said that the show should include gay characters, but they should be humans and not puppets. He also didn't deny the fact that Bert and Ernie have a deep connection. However, he's backtracking on the fact that they're gay. He said they're just two guys who love each other. They are who they are. Initially, Saltzman, who joined the show as a writer in 1984, told this gay mag, The QWERTY, that the relationship between the puppets was modeled on his own longtime partner, Arnold Glassman. He said, and I always felt that without a huge agenda, when I was writing Bert and Ernie, they were, quote, gay. I didn't have any other way to contextualize them. The other thing was more than one person referred to Arnie and I as Ernie and Bert. So his comments ended up going viral. And, you know, yeah, but he's kind of backtracking now and basically saying, no, they're just humans. You know, I want some gay people on there, but I want them to be, you know, human. The Ernie and Bert people, they're just puppets. So just leave their sexuality out of it. So it was just interesting. But, you know, that's all I have for now. I'm going to, you know, I haven't seen the quad husbands jump off interview, and I don't even know if I want to at this point. You know, it is. I go look at it, but yeah, y'all keep making these hoes famous? Y'all, why are y'all making the jump off famous? We don't care about her. We care about Dr. G and Quad, but I go look at it just for the sake of looking at it. Again, if you haven't already, visit straightfromtheA.com. I would love to hear from you guys for a few minutes. I got maybe 20 minutes. I'm not gonna stay on this thing for hours like we normally do, but I did want to do a midday chat just to hear what y'all had to say, if y'all have to say. So you want to call in. The phone number is 646-224-5980. The PIN number is 840-3583. Zills, can you put that? You said no calls. I'll take 3 calls.
Please enter your PIN number.
3. Uno, dos, tres. And I hope that y'all would honor the 2 to 2.5 minute time limit.
Joining the conference now. You are currently the only person in this conference.
If you have something to say, of course, I would love to hear it. So what do you think? Calls are getting more and more lit. Exactly, Kay. I love the calls. Like, I live for the calls. That is my favorite part of the damn show. So if you would like, he said a 30-minute time limit. No 30-minute time limit today. We say that for nighttime. Y'all know that. 646-224-5980. The PIN number is 840-3583. Please call in. If not, I'm going back to work. And I don't want to do that right now. I want to talk to y'all. 646-224-5980. Oh, you got it. Okay, Nightbot got it. Don't be scared. Nobody's gonna call. I'm gonna give y'all 1 minute. You said more like 30 seconds either way. Did y'all see the I want to save all of this for tonight. I'm gonna do a special show just on the Frank and Wanda and Cat Williams situation, because you know they be lit on that. I'm gonna come back around 5, 6. Oh shit, I can't even make that promise today. Today is the Haunted House with 2 Chainz, the Pink Trap House. So I gotta go there at 7:30. I could probably do it at 6:30. I'm gonna say 6 o'clock. Maybe. I'm gonna say 6 o'clock. I'm gonna schedule it. I'll schedule it. So click the notification bell to be notified. If it's not 6 o'clock, it'll be late, but I'm gonna try to do it at 6 so we can talk about Frank, Wanda, and Cat Williams and the security footage and who did what and why. And I noticed like people been using my little Straight from the A stuff. The security footage is on Straight from the A. So 646-224-5980. Nobody wants to call? What does the blue tool mean? The blue tool means nothing really. Mod. They're just there to say hi. They just there to get the rules of the chat, just so I don't have to keep repeating them. I'm gonna give a blue tool to somebody else too. Who was Rena? Is it Rena who often like takes time? I think Rena deserves a blue tool. You just need to go look. What you gonna go look at? I don't even know who that. You talk about Lil Boosie, Kate. I don't know Lil Boosie. I don't watch Lil Boosie. I'm not subscribed to Lil Boosie. If you like Lil Boosie, you know, more power to you. I don't shade no other YouTubers. I don't stop y'all from making money. But Lil Boosie was one of the people who tried to like divert people from following me and stuff. And it's all good. I understand jealousy is a disease, but yeah, no. You know. Some people I support, some people I don't. But at the end of the day, I would never tell you who to follow and who not to follow. And if you follow people who do that, you need to understand it's something wrong with them. It is something wrong with them because YouTube is big enough for all of us. And that's what I keep telling y'all. Even y'all in the chat, y'all can start a YouTube channel. Anybody can start a YouTube channel. It takes a lot of courage. Because y'all know how opinionated y'all are, and everybody's gonna have an opinion on your opinion. So, I felt like it was low too, but it is what it is. It is what it is. When you're a threat, you are always the target, honey. They didn't want me on these YouTube streets for as long as I oh, y'all gonna get being messy this time of the day. But for as long as I wasn't on YouTube, it was all good. They could talk about me all day long. Like people been talking about me on YouTube for years now, and I didn't even have a channel. Like I literally just started my channel like 8 months ago. So I'm just like, now that I'm here, they mad. Oh, they so mad. But that's okay. That is quite okay. Caller 7107. I knew I'd get somebody to call. Caller 7107, you on the line.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. Who am I speaking with?
Lisa from Dallas.
Hey, Lisa from Dallas.
I really don't have much to say today, but because you're not talking about it right now with Wanda and her husband, who was waiting at the back door. But first of all, the Bert and Ernie thing, that's doing way too much for the children. I mean, who wants to be having that conversation with their child? It's a valid conversation, but 4 and 3 year olds, like you said, who are watching that show, is so unnecessary. And then poor Keri Hilson, she was doing way too much with that post. I mean, she was definitely, she seems like she's angry about something, maybe a past relationship or something, but that was way too long and overdrawn to put out there.
Right.
It's like, and it brought attention more to her by pouring out her heart. And, that's like what women do when we trying to, signify to a man, like, you messed up and I'm this and I'm that.
This is what I need. I need a man who is loving and caring and, supports God and rubs my feet. And it's like, okay, Keri.
Yeah.
But
it was too much. But I can't wait till you talk about Miss Wanda.
Yes, I can't wait to talk about it. I'm gonna do that in front of the green screen so that I can put the video and stuff up. I can't wait to do that. And her husband has spoken out about it too. So if you visit Straight from the A today, I have a few quotes up from her husband. He spoke about it earlier. And shout out to Rodney Ho for getting that. I'm sorry.
What did he say? What did the husband say?
We're gonna talk about that later. Because if I talk about it now, it's gonna divert everything. Then I'm gonna have to change the whole topic of this damn stream, and I don't want to do that. So this stream is about the women and Ernie and Bert, and the next stream is gonna be clearly devoted to Wanda and Frank and Cat.
Okay, but Wanda messy waiting at that back door for Cat.
Oh yeah.
And I went back and watched the interview. She tried to diffuse it and go in another direction. However, Michelle, she started it. I know you're trying to stand for Wanda, and I was trying to, look for points to stand for Wanda. Because not for nothing, Wanda also, and this is personal, she helped me and my brother out on something in Atlanta. She does give her time to people. She does give back to the community. But however, Michelle, you got to call a spade a spade.
Okay.
And Wanda went for that man's hair, and that was unnecessary to do. And I think any woman, I wear wigs, any woman sitting with a wig on her head should not be talking about a man's hair.
I'm not backtracking.
Not like he said.
But Wanda, but Kat talks about his hair. I'm not backtracking. We're gonna talk about this later. But Kat talks about his hair all the time. My long, luxurious hair. Don't say my hair it ain't luxurious when you know it is. Like he always talks about his hair. So if his hair was looking nappy and crusty, why not talk about it? He always talks about his hair.
He had a hat on, so how could she talk about his hair? He had a hat on.
We're not gonna argue about it right now. We're gonna talk about it tonight. Call back. Call back tonight. For real, for real. We're gonna talk about it tonight.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Thank you for calling. Caller 7401. You are on the line.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, Michelle. It's Nisha from Michigan.
Hey, Nisha. What do you think about all this relationship shaming and all that, and Porsha being pregnant and possibly engaged, and Ernie and Bert being gay, and all of that jazz? What do you think?
When did Porsha announce she was pregnant? I'm a little late.
It's on straight from the A.com today. She announced it earlier today. The actual full interview comes out Friday on People Magazine, but she, posted a picture with her belly poking out, and she had on a ring.
I just would wish Porsha would be careful because, she's had those health scares in the past.
And she talked about that too. She talked about losing, her first baby and how she had fibroids. The whole thing is on straight from there. And we actually just reiterate the whole thing earlier in the stream.
Right. I'll make sure to check. And, taking care of a baby can be a lot. And dealing with a man can be a lot. They like to say we high maintenance and we divas. But dealing with a guy, it can be a lot. And so she's taking on a lot. I hope she's not doing this for the show. I hope she's not doing this because she feels pressure and she don't want nobody saying, you ain't got no baby and you ain't got no man. They like to tell us that.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Porsha was about to claim, now that Kenya was gone, Porsha was going to be the next to be like, you're not married and you don't have a baby. The whole
which they love to say to us.
Yeah, she was gonna be the next, but I guess she secured her spot with a relationship and the baby at the same damn time.
Right, and as long as she feel this is the next step, if not, we'll watch it all fall apart like we always do.
That's what reality shows are for, honey, just to watch relationships.
Right, but I wish the best for Porsha because she's a good person. She pretty much is legit. She have her anger issues, but she works through those,
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Did you get your hair redone? It looks so pretty and fresh.
I got it done about a week ago. When did I get it done?
Yeah, I thought so. It looks, not that it don't ever look fresh. It looked fresher last time, but it just looks, like you got it refreshed.
Yeah, I got it done about, it's been about a week. I got the perimeter done. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit while longer. I think I'm too addicted to not doing my hair right now, and I love it.
Right, I know the feeling. So how do we find out when you're posting live? That's my last comment.
Click on the notification bell, and you will get a notification. I'm trying to be better about scheduling them, but even tonight, I was gonna schedule one for 7 tonight to specifically talk about one that Frank, and then I got an epiphany that I'm supposed to be at the damn trap house later tonight for the 2 Chainz thing. So I keep trying, I be all over the place. It's not like I just be sitting around doing nothing. I promise y'all, I want to schedule it. I want to be on a schedule where, a certain day of the week I come on at XYZ time. But I'm just trying to figure out what that is, and I can't do it right now.
Okay, well, I'll call back on the next topic if I catch you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Caller 9101, you are on the line. Hello. Yes, that's you.
Oh, okay. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
This is absolutely amazing.
Hey, absolutely amazing. How are you today?
I feel good now that I was able to catch you in the middle of the day.
Yes, squad in the middle of the day.
I ain't trying to say I'm still in time, but I am on the clock, so.
I am too.
I got time today.
Right. So, you got time because you on the clock. I got time because I just took it out, child. I'm like, let me go live. Let me put on some concealer real quick and some earrings. And go live.
Yeah. I just want to put out a disclaimer because I know I'm about to make a whole bunch of people mad in the chat.
Okay.
So I missed your live the other night when you was having a discussion about Wanda and B103 and Cat Williams. For the life of me, I cannot understand what interview they were watching. Like, Wanda did not start that. And it almost seems like everyone is only watching the clip of the roast session. But she took and she sat there and took as much as she could. And then she started responding.
That's what I saw.
From the moment he opened his mouth. He tried to be humble at first and try to, like a fake humility, but I saw all of that. And then he became passive aggressive. And whoever he was side-eyeing, every time he said something smart, he'll cut his eye over there as if somebody was, fueling it, or they were, sending each other codes or whatever. But I just cannot see myself in a professional setting and my coworker sitting there allowing me to get slandered like that. And it's was she brought into a ambush? That was like a ambush to me, because I'm like, and he didn't say anything. So now, I know I'm not looking at the chat right now. Okay, hey guys, how y'all doing?
No, they fine. Some people agree with you. Some people agree with you, and some people don't. But my point is, don't backtrack just because the majority feel one way. At the end of the day, the majority can be wrong, honey. I just be like, whatever.
No, and it's the principle. It is the straight principle. I mean, yes, some radio platforms, they do the dozens back and forth. However, that was not even the energy that they were giving at the moment. It was a professional setting, and she was starstruck. She literally was starstruck. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, she's starstruck. Because I'm like, granted, she didn't know how to articulate the interview.
My thing is, she said a couple of times, she was like, calm down. And she was doing something with her hand. For me, I was thinking she wanted them to switch to commercial or something. It was a lot going on. I do think it was an ambush. Yeah. I do think the station needed some buzz. I do think that they would keep the camera rolling, keep the mic on, because they knew that they was about to get some inflammatory stuff from Cat. They knew what was about to go down, because Cat is unpredictable. So salute to them for, getting the footage and editing it and putting all of that online. And clearly it went viral. It's got over 2 million views, if not more than that now. Yeah, salute to them for doing that. But Wanda was the scapegoat in this situation.
Yeah, she was at her sacrifice. It's like at her demise, she sacrificed herself, and now she's everybody's making fun of her and attacking her and bullying her and just clowning her. But I'm like, even in the radio station, you've been in there before. Most radio stations and TV stations, they have everything going on through the AP system. They have TVs everywhere. You mean to tell me not one executive or assistant, nobody from the executive office could come down, call down, and say, "Hey, cut."
No, because they didn't care. They was like, no, this is radio gold. This is internet gold. We got the footage too. Honey, please.
I know it's business. But I'm like, everybody knew but her.
Yeah. Because everybody keeps saying, B103 ain't never had nothing go viral. So,
that was so messy. I was like, I have a problem with Frank, but I'm not even going to talk about the husband and all that stuff. But yeah. I just want to call and get my 2 cents.
Well, the husband talked about it too. And we're going to talk about that later. But he did an interview and it's on straight from the A.com. So if you want to know what the husband have to say about it, head over to the site on straight from the A and check it out. So I posted that about an hour or so ago. All right. Well, thank you. Absolutely amazing. I certainly appreciate it.
And one more thing. I can't get your notifications at night if I'm asleep.
Look, I'm gonna try to do better. I've been trying.
I'm not. No. Don't mind me. No, don't. You do what you got to do whenever you can.
All right. You worse than Jay. Jay was like, I be at work. I'm like, I don't know your schedule. But yeah, I'm gonna try to schedule
8 to 5, Monday through Friday, weekends off, folks. We be trying to listen. Go ahead. Let everybody else call in. Love you, girl.
All right, love you too. Bye-bye. Hey, fire starter.
The only person.
Okay, that was my 3 call limits. I am hanging up from the chats, from the before people start calling. But I appreciate you guys who called in. Thank you guys for tuning in for this impromptu blog talk session. If you haven't already, visit straightfromtheA.com. We will dive into the Frank and Wanda situation later. Today's live was specifically about Porsha Williams announcing her pregnancy, about Keri Hilson being single shamed, about Ernie and Bert being single shamed. No, about Ernie and Bert being somebody trying to drag Ernie and Bert out the closet when they said what sexuality they was. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate it. Zil, stop spamming the comments before you get banned, Zilts. Before you get banned. But anyway, I am not backtracking on my Wanda situation. You don't have to ever worry about that from me. If I stand by something, I just stand by something. And I feel like that's bigger than Wanda. And I already said how I feel. If you missed it, watch the video before this, because we went on and on for about 2 hours and the callers was trying to drag me. And I am not the one to drink the purple Kool-Aid just because everybody drinking it. So at the end of the day, thank you guys for tuning in. Salute to Porsha. Thank you, Dee Dee, Marsha. Salute to Porsha. Congratulations to Porsha. Prayers up to NeNe. Thank you guys. Thank you, Firestarter. I will see you later. Bye.